You know I mean business, because the hat's backwards. How's it going, everybody? This is Dave LeClaire with MUO Tech Bytes, and I am here to bring you the latest from the world of technology news. So let us get right into the first story right about now. Starting off with our first story today, apparently Apple may have greatly underestimated how much people are looking for a small iPhone, as the iPhone 12 mini apparently is selling far less than the company expected it to. So just how unpopular is this phone? Well, apparently it only accounted for 10 to 15% of total iPhone 12 sales in the month of December. And Apple made more than that. So the company is kind of looking at a situation where it has more iPhone 12 minis than people are looking to buy iPhone 12 minis.
With its large screen and compact size, we think this will be an incredibly popular iPhone.
That's not a good problem to have, because now you're stuck with a bunch of these little phones that nobody wants, and what are you going to do with them? Investment bank JP Morgan even speculated that by Q2 of 2021, Apple might even stop making the iPhone 12 mini completely, thus taking that small phone off the market altogether. Which doesn't seem like that big of a deal. They do have the iPhone SE, which is a little bit smaller than the standard iPhone 12, so there's still an option for people who want a smaller, cheaper phone. Just turns out that people don't want the really, really small phone. Before you start feeling bad for Apple, don't. The company is still planning on shipping 230 million iPhones throughout this year, which is an increase of 11% over last year. So I think Apple's going to be doing okay. They may have made a small mistake on the iPhone 12 mini, but I think they're going to be just fine. Kind of makes you wonder though, if the iPhone 12 mini had launched at a more affordable price than it currently is sitting at $729 for the base model with 64 gigs of storage, if Apple had maybe managed to get that phone out for $500, would it have sold a little better? Because I imagine a lot of people look at it and they're like, well, I can spend more and get a much better, bigger iPhone 12 and not get the mini one. It's probably worth the extra money. But if you're talking a difference of $200, $300, $400 between the mini and the larger iPhone 12, maybe more people would have been on board. Either way, it looks like Apple made a mistake on this one, and the iPhone 12 mini is probably going to go the way of the dodo. So if you don't have one and you want one, maybe you should run out and get one, or maybe you should wait, because who knows, there may be a discount on the iPhone 12 mini if Apple decides to discontinue it. It's hard to believe, but it's actually been 10 years since the Chromebooks first launched. It kind of feels like they've only been out there for a couple of years, and that's probably because they really only started making waves in more recent years. In the first few years, they were not nearly as popular. Now, seems like everybody's got a Chromebook. To celebrate the 10-year birthday of Chromebooks, Google is bringing a host of new features to the devices. So if you're the proud owner of a Chromebook or you're thinking about getting one, these new features are very exciting. So Google is integrating Android more heavily into a Chromebook. So if you have an Android phone, you'll actually be able to read and respond to text messages directly from your Chromebook. You'll also be able to keep tabs on your phone's battery and even check on the tabs that you currently have open on Chrome on your Android and quickly browse them on your computer, so you can flip back and forth much more easily. So this new phone hub feature sounds quite promising for anybody who has an Android device and a Chromebook. Another cool new feature is that your Chromebook will automatically sign into known Wi-Fi networks, even if it's a Wi-Fi network that your Android device connected to previously. As long as you're logged in with the same Google account on both devices, it will read that you've already connected to that Wi-Fi device on your phone or on the Chromebook itself, and it will connect automatically. This is a feature that obviously a lot of other laptops have, though the phone crossing over one is pretty new and it's quite exciting for Chromebook owners. A popular Android feature called Nearby Share is coming to Chromebook, which allows you to easily share files between devices that are nearby. This is great for sharing stuff with a friend or sharing stuff back and forth between your own device. This feature will work between Android and Chrome OS, so if you have a Chromebook and an Android device and you want to share a file between the two, you can send it back and forth. It'll also work from Chromebook to Chromebook, so quite a cool feature that'll definitely make sharing files a lot easier. They're also adding an ability to take screenshots more quickly with the Chromebook. You could do it directly through the OS instead of having to install a third-party extension or anything like that. Google's also adding the ability to capture screenshots more quickly directly through Chrome OS, which is a nice little addition. In the quick settings menu, you'll now find the ability to play, pause, and skip your media more quickly, so you get those nice little media controls easily accessible. And they even made some improvements to the clipboard, which is always nice for copying and pasting stuff. So if you own a Chromebook, make sure to get the latest updates so you can take advantage of all these cool new features, because they will make your laptop quite a bit better. There's a new speaker coming from Sonos on April 20th, and it's called the Sonos Roam, and it looks like quite the portable speaker. So it's going to support all the major connections. There's Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and AirPlay. So if you have a device you want to play music on this speaker with, you shouldn't have a problem. It also fits into your existing Sonos setup, so you can hook it in if you have a Sonos soundbar and smart speakers and all the other stuff. It'll hook right into it and become part of the streamlined experience, which is really what Sonos is all about. The main thing is that this is the company's smallest smart speaker yet. So if you want a speaker that you can really truly carry around with you and have it actually be portable, this is one you're going to want to look at. As this speaker is meant to be carried around with you, it's also built with extra durability in mind. So Sonos included all of the IP67 ratings and all that stuff. So if you drop it or you spill a little something on it, the speaker's going to keep on working. Now, as mentioned, the speaker is quite small. It comes in at 430 grams, which is less than a pound. So you shouldn't have any problem throwing this in a backpack and carrying it with you to the beach or to a party or wherever it is that you're going, or just setting it somewhere where you don't have a lot of space in your house. Now, if you're interested in one of these, it's $170, which is a little expensive for a small speaker, but Sonos speakers always tend to be a little bit on the expensive side. Still, if you are in the market for a really small speaker and you're already invested in that Sonos ecosystem and you have other Sonos speakers in your house, $170, not the worst price, and it does sound like it has pretty good sound quality. We will have to wait to get our hands on one for ourselves before we can really make that judgment. But it does appear that Sonos is putting some pretty good sound in this thing, and we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this episode of MUO Tech Bytes is over. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to hang out with me, Dave LeClaire, and watch this episode. Make sure to like, share, blah, 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 and I will see you guys in the next one.